Welcome everyone, welcome to the next online seminar organized within the project Improving Quality Management Teaching in the Era of Industry 4.0. The project is co-financed by governments of Czechia, Hungary, Poland and Slovakia through Visegrad Fund from International Visegrad Fund. The mission of the fund is to advance ideas for sustainable regional and cooperation in Central Europe. Today's topic is from Quality 4.0 to 5.0, the transition roadmap, and our presenter will be Professor Miladin Stefanovic from University of Kragujevac in Serbia. Professor is an author of hundreds of publications. He also managed many projects, and he is the manager of the Center for Quality in Kragujevac. Dear Professor, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Vavak for inviting me to take part in this seminar. Also, this is a great opportunity for me to present some of our knowledge and experience, and I hope so that I will give you some useful insights on approaches that we have in Center for Quality, University of Kragujevac, and I also will try to provide the light on the topic we selected from the different perspectives. As the Professor Vavak mentioned, I am full professor at the Faculty of Engineering, and I'm also the manager of Center for Quality. It puts me in a position where I have opportunity to manage different projects with industry. So part of my presentation will be also connected with our experience from the industry. I am the managing editor of the journal, International Journal for Quality Research. And actually, I believe that it's a pretty good journal. And we have thousands and thousands of submissions every year. So I will try to provide the insight from our submissions, what people from our field have been submitting, and what are the keywords from our field. And also I'm a researcher as well as you are. So I will provide a couple of research that we are doing that are focused actually in the field of quality and Quality 4.0. Okay, actually we have a number of definitions from right now about the Quality 4.0, and we can say that the Quality 4.0 is something that can be put in the context with the Industry 4.0, where we have technology pillars from Industry 4.0 that we actually use in performing all the tasks and duties that we have in the field of quality. But actually, if we go the step back, we will see, of course, that we have, as we always have, we have technology, we have people, and we have process. And we need to manage and take care about all of these three layers, because only that how we can have the effects that we wish to have. Right now, we have interesting process. We can go more or less in that field, but technology changed. And actually, we are witnesses that right now we have different technologies, and starting from Internet of Things, machine vision, machine learning, big data analysis, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and so on and so on. So we can say that we have the largest change in technology, and that's true. And so right now we need to see how other two components, people and processes, can follow, can work together with dramatic changes in that field. And the number of research of results right now are pointing that quality professionals have and will have the very important role in any transition, and right now in transition from quality to the next level of the quality. And we will see, and we will try to discuss in this presentation and this seminar, is it real transition from Quality 4.0 to Quality 5.0? Because sometimes we use some buzzwords. If we wish to say something more important, or we wish to emphasize something, we say, okay, this is something new. Is it really new, or is it really become the new, or we will have some different versions? This is what we are going to explore. Right now, I wanted to just present what we have and where we plan to go. So in between, we need to define what are the major trends and challenges. And right now, the literature says that we have the shift from quality 4.0 to something that will be the quality 5.0, and that the important thing is to make integration of advanced technologies with human-centric approach, and that we need much more employee engagement and satisfaction. Because the examples I prepared for these presentations will present for sure that in some cases, changing in technologies demands the large changes for the human resources and for the workers, and in the many cases, employees' engagement and satisfaction is very important, because you can change technology pretty fast, but it's not easy to change people. It always goes with some problems, and also we will see there's some major business concepts have been challenged or be changed. So what we will have here, and how actually I and people from Craiova see this shift. We have one status. We have people, we have process, we have revolution in technology. This is okay. This is quality 4.0. And we will also have a transition to the quality 4.0. This is the place we wish to be. During that time, we need to put some goals. What are the goals? No person left behind, empowerment of the users of digital technology, make business work for people, keep everyone safe and secure, build the new rules for the new game, and broke through the data barrier. These are goals that we actually set when we move from one stage to another. And right now, these goals are set for moving from the qualities 4.0 to the quality 4.0. We need to see what will happen with these goals, and we also need to see what will happen with our important layers in our quality story: technology, people, and processes. As I mentioned, right now, one thing is sure: quality 4.0 is based on technology revolution. You can call it digitalization, you can call it revolution of Internet of Things, whatever, however you will call it. We have a revolution in technology, and usually each and every industrial revolution started from that point, the revolution from technology. If we go back to the history, starting from the steam machine and other revolutions, we will see that changing people were important task. So how we will address this approach? First, as I told you, I will try to present you some data and some facts from our journal and from our conferences. Also, I will try to present some data from our research innovation projects, and also with the projects in the industry, as well as our scientific research. And at the end, I will try to propose some conclusions. And also, I would like to open discussion after everything, and to try to give different opinions, points of view, and about this topic. Because when you prepare something that will happen in future, some report, this is easy for the first time. Do you know why? Because right now we are talking about things that will happen, and no one is sure what will happen for sure. But also you can remember that some serious researchers made the assumption that the internet will not be so important, or that people will get bored from the internet, and so on and so on. And they were catastrophically wrong. So the future will show what will happen, and right now we will try to present the possible paths and possible research directions and trends that will help us going from the quality 4.0 to the future. and then we will see what will happen in the future and how we'll call that new stage. Quality 4.5.0 or something like, or something different or something in between. But this is the thing that we will see in the future. So the first part of my presentation will be the presentation of the literature, and I'm giving these two topics. And the first one is, I told you, International Journal for Quality Research. International Journal for Quality Research is in Scopus Q2 or 3, depending on the year. And we are also listed in a Clarivate Web of Science, and we have impact factor 1.2. So actually we have number of submissions. Also, we have the Quality Festival. Last year we had about 200 papers from researchers from all around the world. So this is a data, and I am glad that I'm in position to invite you to go to look our journal, and also to submit your research to our journal, because we believe that we are one of the leading journalists in the field of quality management and quality research. So you will have data about us. So what was the major data about us? Right now, we have about 1,000 submissions per year. We have 1,000 submissions, and I tried to make analysis of listed 6,012 submissions from 75 countries listed here. I pointed out the country of origin of my host, Professor Wawak, and we had 77 papers. Not bad, but we'd like to have more. And you can see that we have the distribution that covers, I don't know, the pretty large part of the world. This is interesting. Do you know why? Because you get insight from things that are going this month, and you have insight from researchers that are going from different corners of the world, from very industry advanced countries like countries in Western Europe and United States, and also countries with the low level of GDP per capita, something like that. So you have different views, and in these different views, you can see that countries are different, but people generally have the similar ideas. That's very interesting. They have similar ideas, and it's always interesting because it gives you a peek in the future. Because in some cases, it's very interesting to see the papers that actually gives you opportunity to have insight in what your colleagues from different countries are working on in this very moment. So it was our sample. Actually, we tried to put these papers in different topics. So you can see that some old topics and some old good ideas still stays. So right now, what can I say? We have performance measurement and management. This is the largest portion. Okay, we know that and we understand that, because the performance management and measurement is important. If you refer to ISO standard 9001 to 15, you will see, you know, of course, that performance measurement and improvement is very important. So this is the topic that we are still dealing with. Process management improvement, it's also the same. Quality management. So you can see that some topics are that we could expect are staying, but you can also see a very important thing: quality of life. Quality of life is going very high, especially in recent years. So what it says to me, and you can make your own interpretation, that actually not only quality of the product, not only customer satisfaction is important. Now it's important the quality of all, quality of life for all, for employees and all people that are involved. So number of papers have been going in that direction. So if we stated at the beginning that transition from quality 4.0 to quality 5.0 demands quality for all, and one of the important goals is even satisfaction for employees, well, we can see that number of publications actually predicted that. that we also already had a shift toward the quality of life and quality for all. It was very important conclusion for us when we noticed that. Also, we tried to take away and list some keywords. What was it? Industry 4.0, quality 4.0, quality of life, but also society 5.0. So you can compare and contrast and relate. What's the society 5.0? What is society 4.0? What's the connection between quality and society and so on? So this is very interesting part and an important part of this. And also we noticed that some of the keywords that are actually describing some concepts are more frequent. For instance, sustainability, and it's also one paradigm that was underlined in paradigm shift from the quality to quality 4.0. Smart, starting from smart production up to the smart cities, and also entrepreneurship, green, having green production and everything else. Also, it was crisis as the one of the key words, unfortunately, because we had the COVID and the recent crisis, leadership and circular economy. So why it was important for us? Because our authors are trying to pick interesting fields, but they are also trying to pick interesting keywords, interesting topics. If we compare and contrast this, and if we have a proper analysis during the time frame, we can notice that Industry 4.0 and the quality 4.0 were increasing. But in the recent years, I can say a year, we started to introduce the concept of quality 5, society 5, and the quality of life was underlying all it. So what's important for us, because this is an indication that in articles that we press, there is a shift. And also we see that different concepts have emerged, and right now we do not have like profit and efficiency. They are still staying, but right now concepts as sustainability, smart, green are much more present in research of our authors and so. So we presented also a table, this table that could be interesting, because it shows that we have that shift exists. This is important, and I also can make one little joke right now. If you write the paper, then you pick these keywords, and you will go very well. So you can say quality of life to support quality 4.0 and 5.0 with a special emphasizing on sustainability, entrepreneurship, and green technology. You will go fine, just fine, because you picked all the keywords. Of course, this is a joke, but actually it shows us that something is going on, and that people from all corners of the world are recognizing that we have quality 4.0, that quality 5.0 is emerging. They are still not sure what quality 4.0 really presents, but they are also using different concepts that are changing the business itself. Of course, sustainability, smart, entrepreneurship, green, and so on. So this is our conclusion that we had from this analysis. There is a shift concerning the topics, keywords, and papers, and when we had analysis of quality 4, we actually found much more focus on sustainability, social values, and broader perspective, but also resilience. Resilience was a very interesting topic that was underlying this. I'm not quite sure. Was it because of the crisis, or but actually this is the trend that resilience as the topic has been growing and has been connected with Industry 4.0 and quality 4.0. As you know, the resilience is the ability of the system to get back after the key indicators drop down. So if we have the performance drop down from one level to the low level, then the time and ability of the system to bounce back on specific level of performances make this resilient fact significant. So it's not same if the companies get the all performances after a short period of time or after the large period of time. So this was an interesting part. In the second part of this presentation, I would like to present you some of our insights and projects from industry, because when we speak and when we talk on in academy, in school, and with our students, in some way we do not have the full insight in the real needs and demands from the industry, and industry actually adopts technology, and they have their own problems, and they have their own agenda in introducing something. And actually here we present you the 4 projects that we performed from industry, and we from the center, and I as presenter would like to give the conclusion of what was the actually point of view from the industry. We picked one medium, one large system in automotive industry and metal processing, and also we had one example from food processing, and one example from companies that actually work in different fields. So we will try to see what they are doing and what was important for them, and how they address the issue, what quality 4.0 means to them, and how they address that issue, and what they need from this thing of digitalization and using the high-end technologies. One also interesting remarks. The first project was started first, so in that time we had different constraints, including prices of the equipment, and we will see that during the time the advanced technology and actually became cheaper. But they opened some other window of the problem. So our first project was to provide quality control of extruded rubber profiles. It was a company that was working with the Fiat automotive factory, and that company were actually producing the rubber parts, like two-dimensional fittings, and they needed to have zero defects and quality control. In the past, they performed quality control manually. So they have people who were controlling each part, because it was very important for them, because the Fiat was the major partner in the supply chain, so they wanted to be the best they can in that moment. But it was like years ago, and in that moment, the expensive cameras, the cameras that were advanced were completely expensive. So what was the issue? Automotive industry actually has a number of rubber parts, and these rubber parts must be controlled. And for each companies in that chain, it was very important also to have the ISO 9001 and ISO 1949 for automotive industry, and they actually needed to fulfill zero defect and actually to have the high quality of their product. So how they solve the issue? Actually, see on the slide, this is the rubber part, and they had the worker who worked in the small chamber, putting the rubber part on the glass, having the light from bottom, and they also had the sketch of that part, and he or she actually needed to put one above another and to see is it really fits or not. it was the control point, important control point for them. And this was a report. You see the report. So you can see the number of problems we actually made there. You had the person that had been working on a repetitive and boring job every day, and the quality actually of my product actually depended on the subjective evaluation of that person. After 2 hours of work to be completed pointless to ask them to work more because that person would be that tired. What is the industry 4.0 for them, and what is machine learning? What's computer vision for them? How could they employ those advanced concepts in their everyday life? That was question for them. So we started with their challenges and their problems. They had large time per control. They have lower quality. All decisions was made on using subjective decisions. Quality reporting were on paper, and actually they had a small budget. So how did we solve that problem? We solved that problem by making a system that was employing machine learning and artificial intelligence on hardware, on computer side. We actually wanted to take the clear photo and to transfer that photo to the computer, to employ the different algorithms for recognition of the shape, to get the digitalization of that object, and then to compare and contrast this image with the drawing of that piece. And in the meantime, we wanted to make identification of the key points and try to see that does it fit. So what we wanted to do, to take out the person from that process, to put everything on a side where we will have only image acquisition, and to develop the software that will support machine learning and using the neural networks and other tools to provide that quality. So it was our aim for the company. It was moving from one way of control of the making quality control to completely new lab. Telling them that we will employ machine learning and neural networks and image acquisition. It was completely strange for them. So I actually presented the number of slides that will show our procedure in that way, and we will go briefly for them. Actually, we need to solve the number of problems. The first, it was the part, but actually you can put the part using the different orientation. So we needed to make adjustment according to the coordinate system. Then when you make the plot of anything, you have edges that are not sharp, that actually blurry. So you need to make the proper image recognition, and after that, using that image to make the vector image of that part, and after that, actually to teach the system what's good, what is not good, and what is according to the requirements, and what's not good, what is not in compliance with the requirements. So this is the things we started first image recognition. It was very important. We used very cheap elements, very limited budget. Actually, you can see it was just plain camera that was actually it was fixed. After that, of course, we needed to have calibration of the system and use things as Hopf transformation in order to detect the edges of the images, and then to make the transfer of the cloud of the dots to the specific result. And in these slides, I actually gave much more details. What were our problems? We needed to make the segmentation of the image, because you can see in this large image the actual edge was not completely clear. So we need to take these blurry parts and to make the full edge detection. Yeah, and finally, what was our result? This kind of shape. Why this kind of shape? Because our idea was finally presented here, to present this model on real CAD drawing. In that case, we will be able to find out about possible mistakes in our system. So actually, there are a couple of numbers. So what was the idea? To get focused on a specific dots. If these dots are okay, then probably the rest of our line is actually okay. The final part was what was our the final day? We were getting the number of the images from the system, but it was the first step. In the second step, we needed to train our system to find, because our system based on neural networks needed to know was the good answer, was the quality product, and what is the product that should not go further and it will go to scrap. So we provided the time for training of our system, and actually it showed very good results. So in that moment, we had the things. Okay, we actually did something. We introduced advanced concept as machine learning, image recognition, artificial intelligence, so on, to the company. What happened with this worker? At the beginning, we had a guy who were taking the piece, putting on a glass and trying to find out is it okay. He needed a new training. Do you know why? But right now he was in charge of monitoring the system. He was in charge on moving this system to the different lines. He needed a new skills and new knowledge. He could not stay on the same spot again. What happened to the quality management? Quality management and quality engineers and quality managers had much better reporting about conformities, and they could make much better decisions in their job. So actually, but they also needed the new skills. Before they had paper reports. Right now they had the number of data, a number of the reports gathered from the system. So they needed to work with that new system, and they what's the more important, they needed to get familiar with the idea that system will help them making new decisions. And it was not easy thing for them to move from because they were on their own. They had the paper reports. Right now everything was digital. They had much more data, and they had much more opportunity to make better decisions they simply need to use new tools. That was very important for them. We started with that. So it was like our software with functionalities. Actually, in the meantime, we had a number of similar solutions, but in the meantime, the prices of the technology dropped down. We know from our own examples. This year we have one kind of mobile phone. Next year we have another kind of mobile phones, and it goes. So things in computer vision actually change, because right now at that moment we had cheaper cameras and cheaper systems for image recognitions. I would like to emphasize that in our first example, we actually used very cheap systems for image acquisition, for gathering the information, cheap camera, and then we made a software solution that supports number of steps, giving us the final stage that we need to have. But in this second example, actually we made little change. We employed much better camera, and that camera actually had a number of functionalities on their own. So it helped us to develop our system further. This was metal processing, actually kind of metal processing industry. But in the first example, we had we had our product that was like two-dimensional, and we could take a photo from above, and it was it. But right now we had 3D product, and we need solution that will go around on following the conveyor and taking pics from every angle. That it was our new task. And in this task we used cameras that they had models that are already included in that. So what was our problem? We were also made analysis of some metal parts. We employed YOLO algorithm and TensorFlows for detection. What we are trying to do? It's still in Serbian, but it was bubbles. You can see the bubbles on the spot on the surface, but those bubbles could be everywhere. This is the part. These are bubbles, and we also this is the part with the bubbles. These are unconformities, and actually we wanted to have the line and to have the control on the spot, detecting is that conformity that kind that this part needs to go to the scrap, or we can go further in the process. Also, we were also trying to spot the things from different angles, because we also were looking for cracks. We have non-conformity class crack and cracks in the metal, and no conformities type bubbles, and we were gathering these data. So it was a step further. But also we put in this moment we were saying we had a number of lines and number of control points, and we were gathering all information, and we were also that shop floor in the factory was covered by Wi-Fi, and we were sending all data to the cloud. It helped us because in that cloud we could employ MATLAB and all different stuff to make analysis of the data. And we go to step further. So our quality manager, quality engineer, and process manager engineer, and the guys who were involved in the process, they got the opportunity to get the alerts and all reports on their mobile phone. So it was very important to all of them, because they were producing a large amount of products. So a manager, shop floor manager, quality manager, all of them, they had reports and triggers on their mobile phone. This is a step further. So actually, I missed one slide, but we actually made the control room where all of the guys who were involved in process could get all the data concerning the quality, concerning the times, concerning unconformities, and everything else. Everything was available to them on the spot, in the control room, and on their mobile phones. It was one step further. And right now, I would like to show you. So what happened with that factory? They also enjoyed in making the progress in quality control, in quality reporting, in unconformity management. Their quality engineers got a new tool, but also the major issue were in actually having these people understand what kind of opportunities they got, because people do not like to change, and actually in one moment they could hide their mistakes, and in the next second actually they got the tool where they will have complete data about their quality on the spot. It was great. It was great, but it also was scary for them. And I will show you one more thing. This is our ongoing project, and this is food processing. They are dealing with the strawberries. Also with the different fruits like roseberries, blackberries, plums, so on and so on. And we work with that factory. This is only one small part, but I want to show you. And that guy says, okay, we need to work fast, because if we get our product faster on the world market, I don't know, this country will have 2 weeks after us, and then we make a larger profit, or we will be slower, and then we will lose almost everything. Do you know what these guys are doing? They were performing quality control. Do you know why? Because you have strawberry. The first class of strawberry is going to be sold to be consumed as a fresh fruit. The second class will go for dehydration, and you will have the strawberry in different products. And the third class will go for the full processing, and you will have the juice and jello and so on and so on. So what was actually happening here? Those workers, they will be working on separation and classification of the product. There were a number of challenges. The first challenge was that the owner of the factory could not find employees. No one wished to work in freezing condition, separating the strawberries. After half hour of working, everything is ready in front of you. It was the first solution. The second solution was traditional. It was also very good. Are there people are happy working there? What about that? The second solution was the solution that we usually employ. Okay, we will get the foreign workforce. It's okay. We will go to the local authorities. They will enable us to have the people from India, from Pakistan, and actually the next year, instead of these people, or aside of these people, we had aligned with the people from these countries, and because they worked for, I don't know, some kind of wages, but it was not solution. But actually it was not solution. What was our solution? It was our solution, and right now we are trying to impose it. We introduced actually quality control using advanced computer vision, and also but it was a separate problem. When you prepare the strawberry for production, you need to take these leaves, this raw. You cannot do that having job done with your hands, because you will actually destroy the strawberry. The first solution was, okay, we will freeze it, and then we apply the tool, but it was not good. This was solution, taking the small tool to take off the straw. What was the result? The system that we have been working on, and that will be full in function in a couple of months, actually takes all these guys away from previous slide. They actually do not need to work quality control using that. May I ask you something? That factory has the quality manager and quality engineer. How could they get their reports making job using all the way using old approach? Right now we can even count how many strawberries are in the first class, how many strawberries actually will go to scrap, how many strawberries will be second class. We can actually count. What we can actually also do, we are monitoring the quality of the product back to the producer, because in this kind of industry you are buying the fruits from different producers. Producers are bringing you different forms, shapes, qualities, percentage of water, percentage of sugar, you name it. What do you need to know? You need to know what kind of product you're getting from these people. That was a very, very interesting question. What actually happens with these people? Some of them were back to school. Do you know why? Because right now they need to work with industrial robots and and with this system. Do you know how? But the season for strawberry lasts for a couple of months. After that, we will have the season for different kind of fruit. The guy who was controlling the quality by looking and taking away the poor quality is not doing that anymore. Right now, he needs to shift the software from strawberry to different fruit, or to change or completely remove or reconfigure that machine for our product. This is important shift for them. And actually, not of them are ready for this. Their life was hard then, because they work in freezing environments and so on. But right now, they said it's not also easy for them, because they need, in old ages, they need to make important shift in their careers, in their work. So actually, I have one more example for the project. And what about the quality? Okay, this is a situation when we have a factory, we have shop floors, and we have everything more or less that is in one spot. What happens if we, for instance, have construction site, or we have something that's very large? I cannot put camera on thousands of square meters. Or I cannot take the cameras outside to work on construction site on a different place. How can I deal with unconformities in the systems where it's not easy to bear? Do you know why? The most important thing is to involve all. If we are all involved in reporting non-conformities and in working to eliminate non-conformities, this is great for us. How can we get to one of the basic principles that all people should be included, and that we need to make the best decision, to make decision based on the evidence? That was a question for us. So actually, generally, we started technology, people, process. What was the idea for us? If you go through the shop floor or factory, you usually and always you have your mobile phone. Is there an option that you can report non-conformity using the phone, and to get resolution from your mobile phone? Do you know why? You have the people who are in charge for quality, and regular worker will say, okay, it's not my business. I work here. I would like to get paid and to work my own job, but reporting something that I should not report, or that's not on my first line of duties, okay, I will do that. But what I really need to do, I need to go to get some paper, I need to fill the form, I need to fill the form about non-conformity that I noticed, and then I need to send that paper to the quality manager. And that quality manager should say, okay, this is non-conformity. I will work on that, and I will make some decision. What's the problem with that? Starting from ourselves. If you notice something, you will probably say, okay, next time. What will happen if you send something and you do not get response right away? You will say, okay, this thing does not work. What are you going to work if you work as a quality manager and you have an increased number of reports? You will try to do that, but it's not be easy for you. That was the problem that we want to tackle with. That was the problem, and we started from this solution. We said, okay, all people are carrying that mobile phone. Can we make the software that will make our reporting easier, and also to have the system in the back that will give the results to the person who sent non-conformity, meaning resolutions or so on, and also to gather information for our quality manager. And our quality manager will work on this on issues where they do not have the plain and straight answer, but his work will actually train the neural network. So next time our system will give answer on their own. So as much as I'm reporting, and getting the answer, I'm getting the better answers in the future, and the faster also. And also that was actually our idea. And we used actually modern technology. If someone is familiar with, it was like internet application. We can go in details, but at this moment, this is not the main point. Actually, we did that. So we enabled the worker, all employees, quality managers, process owners to get reports. Everything that we were gathering was sent to the cloud, and from the cloud, everyone get their own reports and get their own tasks. So people were much more involved, and much more non-conformities were reported. So actually, this is some of actually screenshots of our system, but general idea was to make the photo and to get the resolution, or to make the photo combined with some kind of identification tag. Could it be barcode or RFID? It's not important, and send everything on the cloud. One of the very good features of our mobile phones is that we can have the GPS coordinates. So if I work on construction site, or if I work on very large space, I can go take the picture of the issue, send the photo all together with the coordinates. And the person who will be in charge for fixing something can go to exact spot and to make adjustments. So these are reports that our process owners, for instance, could have about different numbers and the qualities and performances of actually their process. This is one diagram where we have employee, quality manager, process owners, and way how all of them can exchange their information. Simple thing. We had the product. That product had a scratch. We made the photos all together with scanning the QR with the barcode, and after that, for instance, we get answer that this scratch is not that kind of damage and non-conformity that is important for us, so we can go on, or we can get answer, okay, put that thing aside, and then it will go to their own path. Part of this software is publicly available because we wanted to pay back something, because we use some components for scanning QR codes and barcodes. So if you wish, you can go and check and use or reuse, because completely open thing. It was important for us. We employ that in 3 companies of different size in different fields. So we have very interesting results. The number of non-conformities that was detected and reported increased a lot. Really, so what it says to us? It says to us that before, when all people were not employed and included with modern technology, we actually had it. But those non-conformities were going by us, because no one was reporting. What was also a very important thing, that number of people who were reporting that increased a lot. It means that people like to engage. People like to engage in new processes, new things. They actually need information and new training. And what was also very important, the time of reporting and time for definition of action should be taken, drop down. Do you know why? It was only the first line of checking, because the system in some points were able to provide the information, what to do. As much as we use the system get better. That was great. Actually, that was great, and actually it meets the things that are at the basic principles of quality management: engagement of the people. We engaged all. And we act on one side, and on the other side, we tackle the issue of non-conformities. And on the third side, we give the powerful tool to quality managers and engineers to make better decisions. It was actually very good. Also, we could make variation of this for risk management and so on, but this is thing aside. So what we learned for the industry is willing to use different advanced technologies. When it comes to the Industry 4.0, we say that the Industry 4.0 is described with the different technology pillars, and with different technologies. The number of these technologies could be, and they are willingly employed in industry. It was important issue for us. But in many cases, companies have their own goals. They have their own agenda. Because when we came from academia and from research institutions, we also have a scholar view that in some cases are not completely in line with the views that have in the industry. What was also very important thing that we learned from industry, that prices are going down concerning the technology, and companies are willing to employ to invest in technology, but they have a couple of problems engaged in that. When you're buying different components, actually you need to provide some level in standardization of the components, because different components will not work together on the way you believe that it should work. So standardization and security, it's very important for them when they start to work, because they were asking, okay, I will buy one component, and now what next component I need to buy to work, that everything will work just fine. In some cases, you cannot give that answer. But what was one additional issue that we and conclusion that we get from the industry, that there are additional demands that are connected with the concept of quality 4.0 that are not fulfilled right now. And if we talk with the quality managers and with people from industry, they will say you, okay, right now I solved one problem. I have a large level of automatization and so on. But right now I have a problem with the human resources. Right now I have humans that work with advanced technology. I have robots that were driven by artificial intelligence that are sharing the working space with the people. People are actually needs new technology, new knowledge to serve that technology, to work together. That was the main issue for them. But it was not only issue at that bottom level, or that level when you have the worker who right now works in some kind of conditions that are not proper, but also for the quality managers and the quality engineers, they need to adapt to the shift. They need to be open to have the new possibilities that technologies are giving to them. So actually it was our second view, and actually we I will provide you our third view on the same issue. The first was from our journal, and the second was from our industrial projects, and actually the third one was from our scientific research. Actually, we, as I stated at the very beginning, we have three things: we have people, we have process, we have technology. We get technology. We are buying it, we are using it, we are employing it, and technology is changing. It's changing us. We have people, and we see from industry that in many different fields, people need to follow the stream. In some cases, they're not ready. In some cases, they do not have knowledge. In some cases, they are not using opportunity. In all cases, there is a large question: are they really happy doing that? But what will happen, what's going on with third company, with processes. What we have right now, because we have dramatic changes in technology. Also, one of these papers will show us what will happen with new skills and new requirements for the skills for quality management. But what's going on with the process? How can we use some of these tools to improve that part, or can we even go further? How can we describe our process? Are we using some kind of modeling language? Can we develop or employ model-driven approach in production, in quality management, quality control? Can we make the meta models, then fill these meta models with the real data and resources, and get the data that can we actually check in digital factories, and then after the verification and validation, employ in real life factory, producing all necessary documentation of all. That was the three questions that we were addressing in our research, because we wanted our research to see what's going on in that part. That the second research also was in quality management. So what was actually our idea? We all know that we have processes, the different processes. How we address that? Okay, we are performing some decomposition. After decomposition, we make analysis of each sub-process or activity. Then we can redesign process, put everything together, and so on. Following, monitoring, it's important. Measuring the performances, it's very important. Because only thing that we can improve is actually thing that we can measure. So we truly believe that things that will going on in this field will be in transition of quality 4 to quality 5.0. Will be using new tools in dealing with processes. So what was our research framework here? We wish to select unique set of key performance indicators, to measure them, to make full monitoring of them, and also to introduce some new characteristics that we do not usually do. For instance, we wish to see are the all processes and sub-processes and KPIs are same, or some of them have different values. Is the one process is more important than another, or relatively important, or is the one indicator is more important than the other? That was our question. Okay, it's reasonable to assume that all processes, sub-processes, and KPIs are not equal. So we employed a number of quality managers in order to give us their expert opinion about the importance of that. Then in second step, we wanted to rank them. Ranking was important because it led us to the third step, optimization and improvement. Also, it provides us a very important tool in benchmarking, for instance. How can you compare and contrast the quality of the process in different companies? Is it easy to you? How can you rank the companies? Can you rank the quality of the marketing or quality of the production in company A, B, C, or D? Is it possible that company D learns from the company A or company B? For instance, you have the large systems in the world. They have companies all around the world. Is it possible that they get unique opportunity to use the same recipe to improve, to actually copy and paste situation from the leading example to all others? That was our research question. It was our research idea, and we believe that it is possible. It is possible. But also, this project was also scientific, because in some ways, when you are when you're providing these key performance indicators, you simply need to provide these ones who are that you can provide easy way to measure. Having measurable, it doesn't matter benefit or cost kind of KPIs. It's very important in order to make actually the proper transition. And we believe that mathematical modeling is extremely useful tool that will help us to improve our processes and to provide different forms of standardization. Also providing us a situation that we can benchmark, rank, compare, and contrast. And also one important feature, when you have one process with the number of KPIs, I wish to act on specific KPI in order to improve the whole system. It's easy for me to act in the front line and say, okay, we will improve all. It's good. But I want more. I want to have focus on one. And that selected one that will give me the best answer in the shortest period of time. That was our issue. Okay, so we started with process analysis and defining KPIs. Also, I will not bother you with the definition of what key performance indicator is and why it's that important. But it's clearly sure that performance measurement and improvement is inseparable part of the quality standards, and we meet it in all previous versions of standards, and also it's important part of quality 4 and also quality 5.0. So we selected the number of KPIs, and right here, this business intelligence model was important for us because we developed the math and software solution that will enable us to actually monitor the KPIs, to control them, and to use the optimal ones. So we selected some procedure that contains of 15 steps, starting with definition of aggregation value, then defining relative importance of processing KPIs, vectors, evaluate, aggregated values, so on. I will not go into the details. Actually, we employed fuzzy sets, neural networks, and genetic algorithms to complete our task. It was followed with the math in these 15 steps. Within these 15 steps. So what was actually we came out with the software. The software was giving us opportunity to actually define the KPIs, their values, and after that, our system is based on neural networks and genetic algorithms. Takes everything together and give us opportunity to have different reports that will enable us to, in a simple way, when we define the process, sub-process, and KPIs, filling different numbers and so on. And after that, we can get different data. What was this? Actually, we tested our software on 50 different small and medium-sized enterprises. What we wanted to do? We started from one process, development of new service, like development of new product, and we wanted to rank the quality of that process in different companies. So we had from 1 to 50. Each dot is one company. What was our general idea? Our general idea is to get values that are average. If we wish to find out what's above the average, we need to know what's the average. Because only on that way we can provide the reference point for improvement of something. That was our way of thinking. So we actually, starting from that, we get rank of some specific KPIs. These KPIs also, these are KPIs for different product, for development of product or service. And in next step, we were able actually to address the KPIs that are of the main interest for us. For instance, Cisco was suggesting to us that if we need fast improvement to get the better result, the optimal way to do that is to address these three KPIs that are marked with the red color. So making the improvement of, for instance, KPI 2.2 by 4.46%, KPI 3.1 for 7%, and KPI for 42% are target values for us that will give the best that represent the optimal values for the improvement of the quality of our system. For instance, this KPI 2.1, it could be on the maximum, and it isn't realistic to improve it anymore. So what we really believe that we need to address issue of the management of the process using the advanced approach in math. Mathematical modeling and mathematical modeling could give us very important answers that we can use to improve the overall quality of the process. Right now, we are focused on that point. So also we can see what was important for us, because it gives the powerful tool to the quality manager, to process owner, and to management of the company to work on, to have full insight of all issues and to work on specific issue in order to achieve the better results. So we believe that in transition from the big challenge from transition of present status of the quality, calling quality 4.0 to the 5.0, will be focused on the processes and using the new tools in a better management of the process. We believe that actually it will be very important. And another thing will be the definition of referential and meta architecture for that. Because we need the full construction in order to get to get the best results. That was actually our idea. So this one should be the last one, but actually I put in 6th place. We had a research with colleagues from Slovakia and colleagues from the colleagues from Portugal led the research, that we asked this question: what are the new skills that are required from the quality manager? Do you know? Because we want to know how people from quality management see the skills of quality manager for the present time and for the future. That was our goal to find out. So we selected quality engineers from different countries. Actually, these characteristics: communication, critical thinking, teamwork, leadership, openness to change, they were their answers, because they are in the first step. We asked from them, please tell us what are the new skills that you believe should be necessary fulfilled for the quality managers in present and in the future. So then we ranked these characteristics, and with this questionnaire we go back to them and ask them to evaluate the importance of that. So we received the number of, I can say, interesting reports. For instance, we have the first one, male total. For instance, female quality managers showed the higher results when it comes to some specific characteristics of the future quality engineer, quality manager. So we can say that ladies are actually more aware of the importance of the new skills and the new knowledge for the quality management. And this is one question. On the second place, we wanted to find out what is a difference between workers who work on different positions, having different levels of knowledge. non-graduation, graduation studies, and postgrads. It's also interesting, and we found out that the people who are on postgraduate studies and graduation, they have pretty much similar opinions. It meaning when you know when you are aware that you do not know much, then you are you have more cautious about something. But if you are like graduate and you think that you can do everything on your own, it was also interesting. So, one interesting point of view was analysis about experience of the quality managers. For instance, we separated them in three different groups. The first one was the one with experience less than 3 years. The second was between 3 and 5 years, and the last one was with the experience of the more than 5 years. Also, it was interesting because once again, the people with less experience and the more experience have more similar results. People that have been working with 3 and 5 years have their experience and knowledge, but in some cases they believe that they know much better than they usually do. Finally, we present one more point of view about when the most important point was the number of employees in company. Less than 10, between 11 and 49, between 50 and 250 in large companies. Also, the people in smaller companies show the higher awareness. The reason is that because in smaller companies, employees should work on many different positions and cover many different issues. So there are more like they work on many different problems in the same time. In a larger company, you have a more narrow specialization, so they work just on one kind of the problem, and actually that reflects to their answers. So if we say something, we can say the best quality managers should be female, postgraduate, that works in a small company for more than 5 years. So this is kind of profile of the quality manager. And finally, we actually compared results according to the companies that have ISO 9001 certificate implemented. So we find out that actually characteristics that they valued the most was leadership, was communication, teamwork, motivation, and openness to change. And actually, it fits pretty much to our idea that openness to change and actually teamwork, it's very important to adopt any change. And right now we're actually facing with very important change that starts from our technology. And finally, who should be the manager 4.0, quality manager 4.0, or quality manager 5.0? Actually, according to our research, more or less with Superman or Superwoman or whatever. And but actually, we also talked with the people from industry and people from our field of quality manager, and they say they besides the skills they need to have in the field of quality and soft skills and emotional skills, problem solving, and so on, starting from being a leader, having good communication, and other characteristics, they must have knowledge of new technology, cyber physical production system, and combine it with the managerial practice. And as we found out also in the industry, it overlapped that they need to understand that they must use big data analysis and computer systems for making better decisions. It's easy to say, but when it comes to making a decision, you should be open to adapt the informations and suggestions from the systems. Many times it's much easier to say that than to do that. You can go through the data, you can see all analysis, but at the end of the day, you will make your own decision you own. right now you are making decision together with the system and system of artificial intelligence and big data, whatever call it and use it, is making decision with you. And it's not, this is threshold that is not easy to pass for a number of people. And finally, this is the thing that we really believe that will be very important. Right now, we are going to the complete digitalization. And what does it mean? Okay, may I have model of the process, quality models that are meta models, just to model it on one more specific level. Then to have the instrument that present our resources to fill these models, and then to execute it first in the digital factory as a simulation, and finally in real life. Extremely important. I have a number of factories. I make one model of process, one model of quality, put them together, filled with the resources on the place A, B, C, and D, check in digital factory, and finally execute. It opens a complete new question in a model-driven approach, in the quality control, quality management, and the need for development of a referential model for our process. And we believe that it will be a very important issue in the future. So we describe it like this. We have a process designer, I'm sorry, just a moment. We have a resource manager, and we have tools for making the models, for resources and the processes. Then we have orchestration and database knowledge. We fill these models with real data on the real spot, and we have the development of documentation. If all documentation goes to storage, after that, from these models that are filled with the data, we have instructions for production, for quality control, whatever. These instructions will go to the digital twin, meaning digital factory, that's completely equal to the production system. And after that, we are sending that to the production system. This is the complete digitalization. This is the complete digitalization. This is according to us, the model that if something we're going to describe as full industry 4.0 or whatever, or quality 4.0 or 5, it will cover the most. Of course, also with these other things that we mentioned, making referential models and exchanging these referential models between different systems. There is a question: how many different modeling languages we are using right now when it comes to the modeling of the process? We also proposed one modeling language, so we can see. So what we have quality engineer, orchestration, we have process engineer, orchestration, and we have resource management. Resource manager is the guy who is giving information about the things that we really have on specific on a specific system, making the model actually, and filling the model with real data and transferring to instruction and sending these instructions directly to the production. Right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 production lines that will completely perform according to the model we make, using the data from real data from the system that we actually develop. So what we actually believe that's going on from our research, and actually what is the things that we are proposing as the very important in present situation and in transition from one stage to another. We need the standardization and referential architecture. Very important thing is managing complex systems, but because right now it's easy when you work on small. Managing with a complex system is very, very important data. Then we need to deal with the organization and design, and also training and continuing professional development of quality managers and staff in order to actually follow this change. So in this moment, we want so what will happen? Like publishing the paper, you need to go from many different points of that will actually change and make criticism of your approach, and this is for sure. Right now, we can say where we are right now and what is going on with Quality 4.0. We are seeing a change, and this change right now is evident. But I'm not sure, and this is not quite clear. Is it a real new revolution? Because if we are talking to revolution, then we are talking about the rapid changing of everything. Or is it adoption of different components to the revolution in one segment? So we put here, okay, lesson learned from literature, goals that we could state it from approach 5.0, and we said, okay, 5.0 more human-centric, no one left behind, everyone safe and secure, everyone could use this. We wish to have satisfied employees and so on. More focus on sustainability, on paradigms such as green, circular economy, and so on. We have different status and stages from industry, from research, and from literature. And right now, when we put all things together, we see that we had a major change in technology. Major change in technology demands right now shift to standardization, to the full usage of the system, because prices are going down, and actually demands for the expert knowledge going up. We will have a situation where the people needs to work with advanced technologies. Actually, we believe from our point of view that in a situation when quality is based on the people, technology, and processes, that technology revolution is there. We are facing that. We need to have focus on the process, on the processes, managing them, making different languages for describing them, providing standardization and training and continual development of the quality managers. That will be the major trends and challenges that we are going to face actually in the future. Finally, right now I would like to propose one more issue. It's hard to be sure. Are we really facing that shift that we can call Quality 4.0? Or is it changing to something we can call Quality 4.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever wish? Right now, I'm not sure. There is evidence that shift happens. There is evidence that there are many different things will be changed, but I cannot be completely sure. Is it enough to propose new word and new revolution as Quality 5.0? And probably the future will show us, are we on the right way, or what will happen next. Actually, I like to finish my presentation with one thing that I learned from my old professor, and he said that that society and systems in which the rate of learning is not greater than the rate of the change has no chance of survival. And actually, it means that all of that major things and major shift will be on that point. Learning that will help us to adapt the change. I hope so that I was on time, and I'm really open for different views, and I would like to hear different comments and positions on this issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor. Now I open the discussion. So you can open your mic and ask questions. If you are not able to open your mic, you can write the question on the chat and I will read them. So whichever you want. Please, who would like to start the discussion? If there are no questions, I have some questions for you.
Okay, I will share this PowerPoint presentation in both forms as PDF and presentation. You have my mail, and I'm really open for any further discussion. And also, I'm inviting you to send your opinions in the form of research papers to our journal, and I will be extremely glad to read and to publish.
Okay, thank you very much. And I have the question. How employees, especially controllers, quality controllers, react in those companies you talked about for the changes in quality management system? Are there any conflicts? Are there any layoffs or some other issues?
It was actually the greatest problem. One way, it's very important problem, because on the first thing, when you talk with the people, you can see they are not satisfied with their job. They work job that could be described as boring, repetitive, and job that actually gives a low level of satisfaction. But in the first moment, they adapt change and say, okay, it's great. I will get the new set that will work instead of me. And then another shift happens when they understand that new setup will work with them. They actually will not get paycheck and just sit aside, but they need to learn new things and to work with the system. And it starts to be the quite shock for the time, because in the moment they say, okay, I'm old right now. How can I go to learn something, or how can I trust to this? Then you face one period of alienation. They believe that this technology is almost their enemy in some way, and they actually do not need to adapt. This is the main. But actually, some of them, they are thinking about their position. Are they going to lose their jobs? So it's interesting. But also there is another issue on the level of quality management, because they kind of complain, okay, or quality engineers, I'm not getting reports. I cannot find out how many non-conformities I have. I do not have performances from my processes. How can I manage with it when I do not have something? And we say, okay, now you have. And in the first step, they were overwhelmed with the number of data. And it was, oh, great, this screen is full of data, it's great. And after that, they say, okay, this is boring. They actually do not use the full potential of the system they have. It was interesting. For instance, in the second system, they have the control room, and they could have number of non-conformities per machine, times different scales of efficiency of the process, and so on and so on. And actually, they are looking in the screen and not using the data. But actually, they need time to adapt, and actually, we see that. Also, people needs new skills, because giving them a system to use is one thing, but you need to actually provide them knowledge and skills to maintain the system, and even more to improve the system. Because the only one thing is for sure, that you have changes. I hope so. That was.
Thank you very much. There is a question on the chat. I don't know whether you can open the chat and see. I can read it if you like. You turned off your mic probably.
Okay. You have a question concerning some table or data?
Can you see this question on the chat?
No, I cannot see. You can tell me, or you can.
Okay. So I can read it. So one of our participants thanks you for the great presentation, and he would like to ask your opinion on whether research on Quality 4.0 is more of IT research or quality management research, and if the former, are the findings more interesting for IT journals or quality-related journals?
Question was, is it research? Is it Quality 4.0? It's more information technology.
No, IT, yes.
It's influenced a lot. When you talk about any revolution, in the core of any industrial revolution, you have technology change. The first the first industrial revolution was connected with the steam machine. So we made progress in technology, and after that we adopt that product with that change in method in the technology, and we try to make it useful and to actually manage the results. When you manage something, you always manage. You will always have management for something, for quality, for some goal. We have new tool. That new tool you can describe in many different way: information technology, digitalization, whatever. And right now, as the people, as the persons, as the quality managers, we need to actually adopt the benefits from industrial technology, and that technology changing us. And in our step, we will change the technology. So if we have only one thing, I always say technology, process, people. It's like cake. If you do not have one layer, actually you will miss everything. You have technology, put all computers you have, put all information technology, and you will have poor results because you do not have committed people who are satisfied with their job and that they are using technology in a proper way. And this is it. Simply, this is it. And technology affects everyone from the bottom to the top, and everyone needs to change. And what's one of the main characteristics of the people? People do not like to change. Very few people say they like to change, but they do not. We like to work the same thing on the same way we have been learned. Period. And if we have a change, we are threatened by the change. And only after a while, actually we are able to cross that threshold, and then we'll say, okay, this is okay. And in the second step, we need to employ the full capability of the system we have. One example: we have computers, we have phones. What percentage of the capabilities we are using of these devices? Right now, when you go on the shop floor, you can put as much as you wish sensors wherever. You can put you can gather the number of data. What's the most important? You are sending this data on the cloud. On the cloud, you have data warehouses. You can use the powerful tool to make the analysis that you could never have before. But it's key question: are the process owners, managers, top managers, quality managers ready to adapt and use these things in a proper way? I believe it's key.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions? Okay, we will wait for other questions, and I have another one. I would like to ask how the companies approach the changes towards Quality 4.0. Do they have such a complete strategy and they adapt and they implement whole strategy, or they start small with small projects one by one? And if the second, because from your presentation, I think it might be the second. So if they start with small projects, did you observe building a technical debt? So the problem of lack of compatibility between those solutions that are implemented from different producers and so on.
Actually, you have like people, different kind of companies. You have but actually, it is you have like small and medium companies, and they call you when they have fire burning. When they have the problem, they are calling you. This is the same approach. You will go to the dentist when your tooth start to hurt. So they understand that they cannot do things using the same technologies, same approaches anymore, because they have the pressure from competition, they have pressure from labor market, or they have any other pressure. So they have fire burning, and they are calling you just to stop the fire, to extinguish the fire. It was like following my presentation. It was and companies that I presented. It was company first, Gomaline, and company third with the food production. Company second, they understood the situation and they wanted complete integrated system because they know the strategy of production in their field industry changed. But you can do that if you have company that's mature enough to understand the change, to face the change, and to understand the steps they need to follow in order to overcome the issue and get better. So in both, you have both kind of problems in both kind of solutions. And very important question, and I mentioned a couple of times, is the standardization in each thing. Because when you go to company and you face with the legacies, they are buying their equipment from, period, or they have their machines from that company, or they heard that those computers and robots, whatever, are the best, or in some cases, companies in supply chain actually ask them to use different equipment. In many cases, you have problems with the compatibility of different equipment, and you need to use different software gateways and different software hardware gateways, doesn't matter, to bridge these issues. As we all know, there is always the issue. If I'm buying everything from one supplier, I will have a better possibility to integrate the component, but I will be technology dependent. If I'm buying from different suppliers, I will have much more problems to integrate everything, but I will be more independent. So we need, when it comes to the hardware, I'm sure that we are going to face a period of time that we will work much more on standardization, the first thing. And the second thing is security. Right now, okay, we said it's okay, it's great. The guy from that company second could stop the production using a mobile phone. But is it secure? Is it really secure? What happens if he, I don't know, loses the phone, or someone, I don't know, hijack the connection, or doing something like that? It's not easy question. Someone could stop or make sabotage on his production, quality control, change the parameters, so on. So standardization and security will be interoperability will be important issues when it comes to the hardware components of the system.
So turned off my mic. And another question. Regarding the studies, the publications you talked about, what quality issues should be studied according to Society 5.0? You mentioned the Society 5.0. I mean, the gaps in the literature that you see, is it somehow related, quality and Society 5.0? Because you mentioned this relation. I think the quality of life, of course, maybe sustainability. I don't know whether you agree, but maybe other issues. What do you think? Mike.
Right now, we had limited number of manuscripts with the quality 5.0. Actually, all of them were connected with the social values, and in the shift in the major business paradigm. For instance, combining quality 4.0 with the social values, with the sustainability, with the resilience, with green production, sustainable production. These are things that according to our authors emerge. Right now, actually, the first thing when you get the paper, you get review papers, because they say, okay, right now we are here, and this place of time and space we can define it as, and the number of authors are trying to find its way. And after that, after that first period of time, in theoretical review papers, you start to get the case studies and papers that are more practical. And we don't still have these papers concerning 5.0, because our authorship still struggles in defining what is the for real quality for 5.0. Because, okay, we can agree that in the industrial revolution is connected with the technology revolution. And right now they say, okay, now we will have the social revolution, meaning what? Society 5.0 or smart cities or smart citizen or smart buyer or whatever. Is it enough to say this is new industrial revolution, or can we make the strong connection between the concept of industry 4.0, 5.0 and quality 5.0? Right now, this is blurry. Honestly, it's blurry for me, and I'm not sure. Is it the right thing to say 5.0, or is it transition, or still like after earthquake you have time when ground gets still? Is it still effect of the revolution we had, or is the new one? And right now I honestly can't say either way. And I can see also that our authorship and leadership have the same dilemmas. And I'm still looking for a good paper in that field, and I will publish it right away.
Thank you very much. And the last question, in fact, two questions for me, about the larger issue. Should the governments predict some unemployment or other problems related to quality 4.0 and industry 4.0? And the second part of that question, what should universities do in this case?
Actually, it's an interesting question, because we proposed, one university proposed large projects to government, just in that direction. We need, in order to fulfill this task, we need a new citizen, smart citizen, or citizen 4.0, or customer 4.0, citizen 5.0, and so on. Actually, we were making some predictions. It demands a lot of investment in knowledge, in people, in many different things. But on another way, our government is strictly focused on short-term results concerning the next election. But on the other side, I believe that university, if we can talk about industry 4.0, I'm saying that we can also talk about university 4.0 or 5.0, because actually we started from just teaching universities. Then we moved to the teaching and research. Then they say, okay, teaching, research, industry, sustainability, entrepreneurship, and we were adding different things that we need to do, saying, okay, we need a triple helix, working with industry, research, and teaching. But we are also discussing that question. We believe that we should have more involvement with the society as well. That university should serve to the society as a whole in defining new perspectives and fulfilling new tasks. I'm coming from technical field, more or less technical field, but actually it also demands a much broader approach. And I believe that one very important thing for the university is fulfill that mission, giving new social value for the society and working with them. I believe that it's be very important because we are actually educated. We are doing the education of the people, and I believe it will be the most important mission of universities in the next 10, 15, even 20 years.
Sorry, I can see one hand. Joanna, yes, please open your mic and ask question if you can. Can you open your mic?
Yes, I'm sorry. I had some problems because I couldn't join my computer, so I'm on my mobile. Thank you very much for your interesting presentation. And because I'm dealing with quality of food products, and I'm representing the old commodity science discipline, I would like to ask you about the definition of the quality, because the shift from 4.0 to 5.0, it was, as I understood, it was more, it is the change of concentration between, like concentration on the society, so on the people, but it's still like people, processes, and technology, just three basic elements. And for example, when we consider the definition of food products, we also have some pillars like security, sensory values, etc. And the fourth one that was added recently, it's environment. So I would like to ask you, where is the environment, or where are the environmental issues that are very important now in this definition of the quality 5.0? Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's very interesting. Environmental protection, extremely important place it is right now concerning all aspects. Actually, I put it in the beginning of my presentation under the word green. Under the word green, because environmental protection, sustainability in production, reusable energy sources, reusable food sources, and environmental score, it has extremely big part in that, because we stated that shift from 4.0 to the 5.0 also is also covered with changing, with important changing in business philosophy, in every aspects of working and living. So we need to get familiar that and to put in the first place that environmental protection and the sustainability is not expense, it's investment. It's simply the must. Actually, I am more in mechanical engineering, and we had some projects with the food industry from the technical aspects. And during that time, I still find out that all these issues are extremely important for the food processing industry, and that transition from the quality to the quality 4.0 covers in a lot of sense these things. I also presented the word resilience in one of the first slides. This is the issue that actually, this is the term and concept that emerged from environmental science, because it was first used when, for instance, when you, I don't know, spilled oil in the sea, for how fast that ecosystem will recover. So the first use of that concept was in environmental protection in ecology, and after that we shifted it to different things, but also keeping the origin of the name. So I believe it's very important.
Yes, thank you. But just summarizing, because don't you think that it would be useful to put the fourth element, not only people, processes, and technology, but also environment as another pillar of the definition of the quality?
I'm not sure. Honestly, this is a thing that we must think about, because this is very important. In some traditional ways of thinking about quality, we have these three major pillars: people, processes, and technology. Supporting one is for sure environmental protection, but we can also state that sustainability is an important thing. We can say that I don't know, reusable energy is important. We could expand that model. We could expand that model, and we could see what does it mean. So I am not completely, I'm not against that concept, but right now it's interesting idea that sort of thinking about and providing different insights to see, is it another pillar for the quality, or is it additional concept supporting the quality, and quality also supports environmental protection, vice versa. Very interesting. I do not have a clear answer right now, but you gave me interesting thing to think about. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions? If not, then I would like to thank you all for participation, and especially thank Professor Stefanovic for the great presentation and very nice, very interesting discussion. And I hope that we will continue this cooperation, and we will find new ways to talk about quality 4.0, 5.0, and expand our research. For sure, we have new ideas for our project, so it was very valuable seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me. I would like to thank the audience, and you have my contacts. If you have any interesting research or thought, please share with me. I will be glad to stay in touch with you and possibly work with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.